Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Amenadale, aka Green Grow Guy, and today we are going to talk about something very, very important, and that is neem oil. I know you guys seen in a couple of my videos, I was showing you signs of fungus, and I was going to use a home organic, like, kind of remedy thing that I looked up online, but I just decided to break down and go to the Home Depot, find some time, and go grab this neem oil. Now, you can buy this in spray bottles, but the spray bottles at the Home Depot where I live in Philadelphia, they cost $11.97, and the concentrate version of neem oil, which is the same thing, is only $13.97, and you get a lot of more you get way more bottles out of there. I don't know what kind of English I was talking, a lot of more bottles, but you get a lot more for your money if you do this, because then you can just go and buy, like, a little $2 spray bottle. It only takes 1.5 teaspoons of the neem oil, and the rest of it's water. So you're getting your money's worth with this. This is the route I go for urban farming. So what we're going to do today, guys, is we're going to use this fungicide, the neem oil, okay? We're going to do a few things today. We're going to spray everything with neem oil. We're going to rip out the stuff that I think the fungus is just, because I don't want it to spread. You know what I mean? Today is a day of containing this fungus, getting rid of it, neutralizing areas where it was, heavier than others. My issue is this is something that happens in a greenhouse. You know what I mean? And it can fall under the lines of irregular watering and all these other things. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To me, I just noticed that that's something that happens after the spider mites. Like, just from greenhouse growing, because it does hold a certain amount of moisture compared to being able to breathe and from being out in the open. After we get this all ripped out and sprayed down, I'm probably gonna let the area rest for a few days before I replant anything. But for sure, neem oil is the way to go anytime you're experiencing rust and things like that. And I do think that neem oil does help deter certain yard pests, but I use something different for yard pests. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But right now, let's just get into it. I'm going to show you what got ate up. You guys know they already ate up my watermelon. You know what I'm saying? The fungus got my watermelon. I went and replaced it today, and I'm mad because I pre-ordered this neem oil, so I didn't spend money, and I said I'm gonna go get me a watermelon plant, and I'm leaving. $45 later at the register. So my prepared, I was still unprepared, y'all. I was still unprepared. It still got me. It still got me. But it was worth it. I got some great stuff, and I can't wait to show it to you guys. So, enough talking. Let's get the neem oil in and killing some fungus. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Few things going on. So I came out here with shorts and a t-shirt, and it has been damp out here a few days. Yes, I do treat my backyard with like a mosquito and tick and flea and all the type of bugs you could possibly get, but because it's been so damp, you know what I mean, and I do have a little bit of dead foliage on the ground and things like that, that does brings mosquitoes. So I have to go in and put on some long sleeves. They not finna eat me up. They not. So I went and changed real quick. Now I'm back inside the polycarbonate house. I already had removed the watermelon a couple days ago because I didn't want it to spread. But it did. And it really got to a good portion of my green beans. So I'm going to turn this around. And that's where the watermelon was, guys. But you see, I still got everything else pretty decent. Now, I do see my blueberry bush trying to get affected. So I'm going to spray that down today. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because y'all know I care about this. Because y'all are watching the videos. And everybody's subscribed. But these are the green beans. You see how they're like that yellowish? Nope, fungus. So I'm going to wind up ripping all that out. And I'm not worried about it because green beans grow pretty fast. So I'll be able to rejuvenate them really quick. So that's the game plan. I'm going to rip these out where they're infected, cut it out. Then after that, I'm going to spray everything down real good. You know what I mean? Some of the leaves on the bottom of this blueberry, I'm actually get rid of them because I see they also have the fungus. So I'm gonna spray it, and this is more than likely gonna save the whole situation. Just using some concentrate neem oil. So, okay guys, as you can see, I really ripped a good amount of pretty much this whole side out right here. And I'm okay with starting again. Now this right here, I'm a spray and see if I can salvage it because it's just starting to attack it. All right, but something else that I wanted to point out to you guys that neem also kills is because of all this dampness that I've been having. Look at this, guys. I see slugs. Bad idea for your garden. All right, so if you see that in your garden right now, I'm doing a neem treatment. I'm going to light these slugs up with the neem oil. Okay, so I pretty much I'm gonna treat everything that is already existing in here with the neem oil. I'm gonna allow it to dry for a couple hours. My new stuff that I have, I'm gonna treat it outside of this bed. One of the things I'm also going to do today is stabilize this corn because it's growing so crazy. It's like tilted over. I want to give it more soil at the base, things like that, so that it stands up and it grows upright. Because if you guys see, look, get it focused, it's growing the hairs. So I'm on my way, baby. We are on our way, and I want to eat it. I want to eat it. So with that being said, y'all, I'm going to spray this down with some neem oil. And I'm not going to play no games with it because they're not finna eat up my stuff. Okay, everybody, now that we got everything out that we wanted to get out, we're going to start putting in what we want put in. All right, everything has been sprayed, it has dried off. Now we're at the watermelons. Now we're going to replant these watermelons. When I went to Home Depot, guys, I found watermelons close to the age of the watermelons that I had. Even though the melons were a little smaller, I still was able to find some watermelon plants with, like, you know, that were pollinated, and, you know, it has a certain amount of progress in it, so I'm not that far behind. All right, now we have cocoa cure in it, we have some potassium in it. The reason why is because I have melons. All right, once you get melons and flowers and stuff like that, potassium, and that's going to be a watermelon's friend, nitrogen, a watermelon's friend. This phosphate here is to help these new plants root really good and develop a real strong root base. This is the cocoa cure, and this is the potassium right here. All right, now I will put fish bone meal in here, but for some reason, y'all, I can't. But I was able to find my clippers, my shovel, and everything else, so I'm not going to complain about it. I'm going to find it, and when I do, guys, I'll just throw it on the top and then water it in, okay? Because it's pelletized, it's a gradual feeder anyway, all right? And I'm probably going to come out with a 10-10-10 and fertilize it within the next week or so anyway, all right? So all I'm going to do is add a little bit more topsoil to this right here, some nice new Miracle Grow, and I'm going to throw these little watermelon plants in, all right? And then we're going to go at it. I'm actually probably going to put the stake in first and then plant the watermelon plants, because the first time I actually did it in reverse and I wasn't really happy with the way that I had staked it. So I want to stake it really secure first and then do the watermelon plants, so that I could train it really good to grow up the trellis. Okay, everybody, it is day 2 because I had to stop because the brother was getting ate up and it was getting rather hot out. So what I did was I just sprayed the yard down really hard, and I said, you know what, at some point I'm gonna come back out here tomorrow, which is today, and I'm gonna finish getting this together. So we left off at this watermelon, and I was in the process of planting it and organizing. I actually completed that, and I had planted the marigold seeds in the center again, to, you know, as a form of protection. So I'm gonna flip around and show you. All right, so and like I said, I set this up way better, because you see how the arch looks better. It's supported way better, because I learned some stuff from the first time that I did it. I didn't think it was as strong as I wanted it to be. And another thing that I did was I pulled, my watermelons are growing on the outside. So when they grow, I'm going to create nets to hold the watermelons. You know, down here, I'm gonna create nets, and as they grow, I can attach it to this fence, and it's going to hold, well, actually the chicken wire fence. I have some more over here. Where'd you go, little fella? There you are. And as you go down, you'll see them. I'm going to wait until next week to fertilize it, because I do want it to, you know, have an adjustment period of going into the ground. Something else I did off of camera was trim this tomato back. I'm trying to get it into like a ball that just grows into the corner, y'all. Let me back up. Y'all can see that I'm actually making progress, because y'all know that thing was like all the way over here, all down there. It was just doing the most with itself. It's still a couple that I wouldn't mind taking off, like maybe this one right here, this one right here. You know what I mean? Because I'm just keeping the bottom like really clean, and I'm just growing it in a little ball. I'm training it to do that. I do have tomatoes on here. I think I gotta look. There goes one right there. There goes one right there. I know I have some others, but yesterday I took some time into tucking this, y'all, and I'm not, because I really wanted to grow into this ball. I have a vision, and I'm not about to untuck it, but you're going to see them once they start turning red. I have a few of them. So I got that together. I treated my blackberry. I'm going to treat it again. I'm definitely going to spray it again with neem oil. So here's the deal with neem oil when you're using it, because you might say, how much should I use this? Okay, 1 to 2 times a week. If you realize a problem. Spray those plants until it's better. For severe issues, you know what I'm saying, maybe 3 to 4 times a week. Spray that specific, you know what I mean, plant to contain it, and keep everything around it sprayed. You don't probably have to spray it as often, because it's not the infected plant, but you do want to give it offer it some protection against the infected stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you're going to want to apply it. Now, my green beans that I want to save, I'm finna spray them again today, and I'm going to spray my blackberry today. I might lose some guys, but I don't think that it's going to die. So I'm actually happy about that. And last but not least for this video, guys, I actually took the time off camera and put some stakes in this corn. Now at the bottom down here, it was doing a little bendy. Now one thing about corn is rather resilient if you catch what's going on with it relatively fast. Okay, and it's easy to retrain. And you just want to train it to the sun. So make sure that the sun is on top of the corn. You know what I mean? It has a few hours of being directly on top of the corn. It'll stretch it. You guys see that this is looking beautiful. I'm growing this in a greenhouse. I'm actually kind of surprised because I'm keeping the disease really down low on it. This is an experiment. I have some growing in here, and I have some growing outside of the greenhouse. I want to see which one I can protect the best, you know, which one will grow the best, you know what I mean, less disease, less infection, you know. So I'm giving it a trial and error because my family loves corn. We love corn, you know what I mean. So I'm definitely growing it, and you see it's doing this big one. The corn is definitely doing this big one, you know what I'm saying. Now granted, it's going to grow and it's probably going to like bend up or something like that, but I don't care about that. As long as I get my corn, as long as it's getting the sun, I don't care about that. I'm definitely okay with that. But I want to thank everybody for watching. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to spray everything down again because this is the next day. So I'm going to spray everything down with neem right here. Now expect the first day that you do it, you be like, oh my gosh, I'm not seeing no change. Sometimes it'll get like this. It'll get a little bit worse before it gets better. And in other instances, you'll spray it and you'll see results a lot faster. This eggplant is recovering. You know what I'm saying? And everything around it is staying staying pretty clean. Like, you know what I mean? So the results vary based off of what plant you're applying it to. You know what I mean? Now, I'm going to be honest with you. You'll be able to stop a lot of the fungus, and you just might have an ugly plant. But you all know that gets to me. You know what I'm saying? But it'll still bear fruit. It'll still be just as good. You know what I'm saying? This section right here, I'm seeing the beans come out. Guys, I just threw a handful of beans in here, and was like, these are lima beans right here. I got green beans. I got black beans. I got that's another type of bean I got in here too. I'm going to redo this other side because I let it sit now. This is going to be day 2 going into day 3 that it's set. So I'm going to redo the other side. You know what I mean? And if I determine that this is dying off more than it's recovering, I'm going to rip this side out. No big deal. All right? But I got it under control as far as it's spreading. Now my blackberry here, the next day, I'm like, I'm going to spray it again. Like, you know what I mean? Because I just want to contain it. You know what I mean? I'm okay with a couple ugly leaves because it's still young. So just because it's so young, I'm going to lose leaves, gain leaves, lose leaves. You know what I'm saying? But I definitely don't want it to die because it's like just doing so fantastic so far. So I'm going to stay on top of it, guys. But as always, I'm going to thank y'all for watching my videos. And if you are not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. But I'll definitely see you next time.